My next patron question is from Lance, who has previously asked me about Mandela effects, and now he has done a follow-up question on the subject. Did dogs playing poker have a visor? Why do people visit zoos several times, or places in general, see different things that weren't there? Was there an Avril Lavigne Got Milk ad, and are people just not keeping records of it? Why do people claim to see a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo, if it's not there? And was Launchpad in Tailspin? This one I know he wasn't, but it is interesting people think that. So thinking about these various questions about things that may or may not have existed does lead to something interesting to ponder. Why do people imagine things in the history that never happened? With regards to these specific incidents, I think it's due to us combining certain events in our minds. Let's first look at the dogs playing poker painting as an example. It's a very famous painting that has been referenced several times in popular culture. We've also seen many scenes in movies and television shows of characters playing poker or any kind of card game, and it's common for one of them to be seen wearing a visor. So I think people's memories merge with each other. This famous painting involving a card game surely had one of the dogs with a visor on the head. It's a humorous visual too. Although, funny story, this painting, which is actually named A Friend in Need, was created primarily as an advertising tool to sell cigars. The Avril Lavigne Got Milk ad is probably a similar scenario. There have been several of these Got Milk ads featuring celebrities, and they're often used to target young people. Lavigne was a popular singer among teenagers in the 2000s, and so logically, she must have participated in one of these ads, right? So it's understandable why people might come to that conclusion. When you see something enough times, and then something else several times, it's possible for our memories to create a new mixing of those. For instance, it's common in holiday displays, usually related to Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, to see a bunch of fruits and vegetables in a cornucopia. The Fruit of the Loom logo has a bunch of fruits grouped together, so our brain assumed it's in one of those things, when that was never the case. I never had this Mandela effect though, because I distinctly remember the television advertising for Fruit of the Loom. They always showed a bunch of fruit running around and doing some sort of activity, but never with a cornucopia. Even movies and television shows, you might think you remember seeing from a specific one, but it turned out to be another. Launchpad was often shown flying an airplane in DuckTales, and since Tailspin was another Disney animated show, this one specifically about pilots, it stands to reason someone might assume Launchpad showed up at some point, crash landing into Cape Suzette. Plus, he did have a major role in Darkwing Duck, suggesting maybe these Disney afternoon shows existed in the same universe, and he crossed over. I wonder how many people who read comic books in their youth remembered one superhero being in the DC universe when they were actually part of the Marvel universe. Considering how many similar heroes they have, this has likely happened to more than one reader. Lance mentioned people misremembering specific locations, but how often do museums change their exhibits or theme parks change their attractions? Quite often. Or again, someone might merge one memory of a theme park with another. I wonder how many times a Disney theme park cast member has to inform a guest the ride or character they're looking for is actually at Universal Studios. Universal and Disney having theme park rights to different Marvel characters depending on the coast certainly does not help matters. They even both share rides based on Steven Spielberg movies. I think our brains also tend to fill in logic gaps if something doesn't entirely click. I'm one of those people who remembers the name of those children's books as the Berenstain Bears. That's what I remember them being called, and was shocked by now they were in fact called the Berenstain Bears. But Berenstain Bears sounds so strange to me when I say it out loud. I think that's why Mandela effects fascinate us so much. When we find out what something actually looks and sounds like after years of believing it was something different, it's equally confusing and mind-blowing, and we start to wonder what our reality actually is. However, the truth is probably something really mundane, like we merged two images in our mind or we misread a book title. We all have false memories of some kind, which suggests this is a normal human response to events or pieces of pop culture we remember. Thank you for your question, Lance.